What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's your boys. We back for another HHN update. Update number 4.
That's right. And we have 2 mazes that we're going over today that were announced 2 days ago by the legendary John Murdy.
But before we get into that, we want to give a big thank you to 50 subscribers. I mean, that's insane. Obviously, you know, we know it's not a lot, like, you know.
Well, it's a lot to us.
Exactly. You know, it's been crazy, and, you know, we've been checking our views and everything, and the comments you guys have been leaving, and we just really want to say thank you to everyone who...
Thank all of you.
Want to, you know, just come and hang out with us and get to know some cool...
Be part of this weird adventure that we have with the League of Extraordinary Vloggers.
Become part of the league,
But, enough gooiness aside, let's get back to what we're here for.
Hey.
Our predictions, Halloween Horror Nights 2016. But first, let's talk about the big faces that we just found out.
Yes, the big reveal, John Murdy. You've been quiet for the longest time. He was like, yo, once Walking Dead is done, y'all gonna get some updates. Silent. He was like, gone. But,
well, after Michael Myers.
After Michael Myers. But, he did come back, and not only did he like, say, here you go, but he made up for that long wait. So Thomas, what did we find out?
We found out that we're having 4 big baddies this year. 4 big baddies! Michael Myers.
Bam!
Leatherface.
Bam!
Jason.
Bam!
Freddy.
Bam!
We're gonna die. Everybody going to Halloween Horror Nights, we are going to just bricks.
Lol, we did.
It's like, rip us forever. And so let's go a little bit of what John Murdy said. So right here, of course, you guys know the drill. All the updates, we're gonna be putting all of John Murdy's tweets. I'm personally gonna be reading them right now, so let's get into it. This is the little story attached to Freddy vs. Jason.
Let's do it.
The town of Springwood has seen its fair share of tragedy. Back in the 1960s, Springwood was terrorized by serial killer Frederick Charles Krueger, aka the Springwood Slasher. Krueger murdered 20 children before the enraged citizens burned him alive in the very place where his evil acts were committed. 2 decades later, Freddy returned to Springwood to prey on the children of his executioners by murdering them in their dreams. Eventually, the people of Springwood were able to defeat Freddy and banish him to hell, but evil only sleeps for so long. Now Freddy has returned from hell to take his revenge on the people of Springwood, but this time he's brought someone back with him. Jason Voorhees, the notorious hockey mask killer.
Jason Bourne.
Oh, Jason Bourne. It's okay. It's okay. No, not Jason Bourne. But that would be cool.
Yeah.
Freddy vs. Jason Bourne. Somebody make that a movie now. Okay. Back to the story. Jason Voorhees, the notorious hockey mask killer, invades Freddy's hometown, and the body count quickly begins to rise. As Freddy soon learns, there's only so much carnage to go around. And if he wants to continue his bloody reign over Springwood, he's gonna need to send Jason back to hell. Welcome to Freddy vs. Jason, an all-new maze that brings together 2 of the biggest icons in horror history.
Hell yes! Oh my god, I have been waiting for this maze for the longest time. I was so jealous last year when Orlando got it. I was like, no, you have to come to us. I mean, yeah, we got AVP, but like, Freddy vs. Jason, dude.
And I'm glad you mentioned AVP, because now let's go into kind of our fears, since this is something to be very scared of. Maybe like our letdowns that we're hoping that we're not going to be disappointed about. Because AVP was great. Like, you enjoyed AVP a lot, right?
I liked it.
There was one scene with AVP where, because of course it's going to be the same thing where we're thrust in between these 2 big baddies and they're going to be going at each other. I really hope that they're going to do more with that than what they were able to do with AVP. Because of course it was big costumes and they weren't able to really have the characters come straight at us. I want Freddy on one side, just like how you said Orlando had it, where there was just Freddy's everywhere, dead silence, and then Jason came straight at us. I want just to be constantly in a state of just adrenaline rush.
Yeah, I think the thing was that AVP was really centered on visually how impressive John Murdy could and his crew could make everything, and I felt it lacked a little bit on the scare. I mean, it was great, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't really, it was something that I was like, ooh, wow, that's pretty cool, but it wasn't really terrifying for me. But now seeing these two, iconic monsters coming in, there's no way, at least I'm sure of, that there could be any flops in this.
No, especially so. You know what, Orlando? If you're watching, please put in the comments what you felt about Freddy vs. Jason. Maybe to give us either hopes or what have you liked or disliked, so that maybe we have a better understanding of what to expect with Freddy vs. Jason.
At Orlando, hit your boys up.
Exactly. So now let's go on to the second maze announcement. Take it away.
The second maze announcement. Okay, so it's like, what are they gonna do? Bam! After Freddy vs. Jason, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Your boy Leatherface is coming back to HHN, and he's got a little story too. It's not big, right?
It's pretty. It's a shorter one than Freddy vs. Jason, but it's a lot more interesting.
All right.
So, it's been 5 years since a group of unlucky teenagers had a fatal encounter with a chainsaw-wielding psychopath named Leatherface. The attack by Leatherface and his cannibal clan occurred on an isolated farm in South Texas. Despite the best efforts of law enforcement, the farmhouse was never found, the murder weapon was never recovered, and the demented killers were never brought to justice. Emboldened by their ability to literally get away with murder, the Sawyer family has decided it's time to expand the family business. Woo! Now that Chop Top, Leatherface's mentally unhinged brother, has returned from Vietnam,
Man.
the Sawyers are taking slaughter to an all-new level. Welcome to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Blood Brothers. All-new maze that's being built right down in the Waterworld queue line. Wow.
Yes.
Waterworld?
Yes.
But that's...
Yes.
How's that going to work?
Yes.
Well, here's our idea. If any of you have ever been actually to the Waterworld show, the queue line is massive. So don't be discouraged just by thinking, oh, it's just going to be in the line. No, this is a huge space. Yeah. They have so much to deal with, and I'm actually really glad that they chose.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what a maze there would actually look like. But by far, I really think this is a great idea that they're going to do, and I'm really glad to see Leatherface back at HHN once again.
But my only concern is if any of you have actually been Halloween Horror Nights before, or if Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood is going to be your first time, the lines can be pretty ridiculous. And I
didn't think about that.
Yeah, how are they going to put a line for that Waterworld queue? Because it's going to... Okay, so this is how it's usually structured for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, because, based in Hollywood, that's all we can talk about. There's a little section where you have some go-go dancers, and there's all these characters at the beginning of the park.
The opening ceremony, yeah. So, at that front part, usually it's common that everybody rushes directly into the park to head to the first maze, and seeing as how Waterworld is kind of at the entrance, and let's say it's a success, right? And there's a huge line. What if that line is just in the way of people from getting into that? And even then, you could say the VIP entrances and the front of the line entrances also come in through the side.
That's true.
Which is the entrance of Waterworld.
So where would they put a line if it was there? So it's gonna be very interesting to see what Halloween Horror Nights has in store for that particular little mess up or bump. So now let's talk about our expectations for these mazes. Which one do you want to start with? Freddy vs. Jason or Texas Chainsaw Massacre Blood Brothers? Which one do you feel?
Let's do... I think we just did Blood Brothers, didn't we?
Well, you know what? You're the only one who's actually been in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre maze before, so tell... Yeah,
okay, so in case anybody knows, I got Thomas into HHN, and we've been going for maybe now, 3-4 years?
This is going to be our 5th year.
Our 5th year! I was off. I was terribly off. But yeah, so I love Leatherface in HHN form. probably for me one of like the most scariest mazes, just because the use of chainsaws in such enclosed spaces just freaks you out. And if it's what used to be, like what we've seen in the past with, you know, Leatherface and everything like that, then I have no doubts that this is going to be up there in one of the top mazes this year.
Yeah, okay. I can't say much more than movie-wise, it's supposed to be 5 years later. Was there ever a sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, there's been many sequels to Texas Chainsaw. There's also been many prequels.
But is it going to be the sequel to the original? Was there ever a title Blood Brother, like where Chop Top was like a main bad?
Off the top of my head, I honestly can't tell you, but
puns.
Top head. But there has been a tweet that John Murdy tweeted out saying that they were trying something new this year, and with these, because he's said that they visited these iconic monsters before, but he wants to do something new with them. So what they're doing is they want to create their own sequel to these movies. So for example, he said like Freddy vs. Jason, they've used like kills from the actual movie in other like Freddy and Jason mazes. So he said all these kills that we're gonna see in this new one is gonna be all brand new. It's gonna be like a new Freddy vs. Jason movie that HHN and John Murdy, they created themselves.
And that's going to be epic.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's move on to our predictions for the actual 2 final mazes that we don't have any clue about. Well, that and the Terror Tram, which dead silence on all 3.
Very true. We've not heard anything of Terror Tram related, and we still have no idea what the other 2 mazes are, because once again, if you guys have been keeping count, there are about 6 mazes, not including The Walking Dead, which is also going to be open, and it's going to be, brand new for HHN included. So we've got so far Freddy vs. Jason, Michael Myers, Leatherface, Exorcist, and then we don't know the other 2. So we got 4 announced, 2 to go, plus The Walking Dead.
And the Terror Tram.
And the Terror Tram.
So, prediction time. I'm hoping you're going on strong too with the Purge. I'm still feeling that Purge is going to be the thing. Because Alphabet Soup, I'm still going to go back because he's not giving us anything else. Alphabet Soup, Purge. There's only one with P.
Purge.
I mean, Chainsaw Massacre, Blood Brothers, and Freddy vs. Jason, they don't have a P.
Yeah.
Michael Myers, Hell in Haddonfield doesn't have a P.
Yeah.
Exorcist doesn't have a P. What could it be?
A pterodactyl.
Oh. It's a silent.
P.
Well, so what about the other 2? What are you feeling?
I'm still hoping that we get a Conjuring maze. I think a Conjuring, because he said that there's still 2 new, because he said this is going to be a year of a lot of old school, because all these movies are old. But he said there's also going to be new school included into this year. So yeah, I'm thinking Purge because the recent movie, and The Conjuring also because of the recent movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm also thinking it would be cool, and this is just like a throw out there, but I think it would be cool. Lights Out.
Lights Out.
That just came out.
That's true. He does like to plan things around the time that the
movies and stuff come out this year.
It's true.
For his IPs and stuff like that. So I think that would be a cool thing. I don't know how they would do it, but I think it would be.
That's true, cool. Because most of the... Well, I mean, no, they could kind of do it with, like, black light everywhere, because
in
the movie, she somehow is able to
appear
in black light, so the whole maze just being black light, that could work.
Yeah.
Other maze, I would really, really think that we're going to have some form of a music-inspired maze. Because, Alice in Chains, that Doris Day wasn't the one announced yet, so... John Murdy is just, he's holding us hostage right now. And, of course, that's all we have so far.
Yeah.
Those are our predictions.
We'll try to go to the park soon and give you guys another construction update. So if you guys want to go ahead and see that, go ahead and click the like button to see, if you guys want that or not. Or if not, just leave a comment and tell us, hey, get your asses over there and go film some construction.
I like that. Yeah. Don't forget to hit the like if you like this video.
Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with everything HHN related and us related, because come on.
Alright, guys. This is Thomas Losue signing off.
We outie. Yeah.
Hope you guys are still there. We have another announcement to make. We have just made a League of Extraordinary Tweets because it's going to be the League of Extraordinary Vloggers personal Twitter account. So if you're on Twitter, please start following us. And here is a link right here. If you can't click on it, that's fine. It'll be in the description down below. And we will keep you up to date whenever we're in the parks. If you guys want to come meet us, when we're going to be working on, so you'll always stay up to date.
And we'll be like retweeting the tweets that we use on these videos as well.
Absolutely.
You know, everything, once again, HHN related and stuff that we're doing and what we're going to bring to you and Universal Studios. Those tweets, so if you want to like know in the moment, those are all going to be on our Twitter account. So go ahead and follow us over there.
Alright, now we're really signing off. We'll see you.